I'm wearing a hoodie.
Ubisoft. I like them for what they're worth, but that's only Rayman and nothing else really comes to mind. It's weird because as a kid I loved the Just Dance series and Rayman Legends was my first game I actually beat. It was and still is one of my favorite games of all time. I don't really care about the Just Dance series anymore. It seems more like a lot of the sports games that get a new title every year, when if you play one of them you basically played all the others. The amount of respect that I give to those games can be compared to gacha games. They surely exist, but I'm too busy to actually give a shit. But when I was a kid, Just Dance 4 was one of my most played games. It was close there with Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. It's safe to say that when I saw this opening, I knew that I'm going to have a good time.
I was also a f***ing dumbass.
So I didn't know it when I was a kid, but apparently Ubisoft aren't the kind little company I once knew. I mean, they are the ones that made fucking Wii there.
How could they?
Today, Ubisoft is releasing multiple games a year. Just in 2024, they released Star Wars Outlaws, Beyond Good and Evil. Assassin's Creed Shadows was supposed to release in 2024 but was delayed into February of 2025, and more than 10 other games that don't worth mentioning because no one actually cares about them. Like X Defiant, which is shutting down in June of 2025, literally less than a year of its release.
No, this is comedy.
Back in the day, Rayman used to be the mascot of the company, but since Rayman Legends in 2013, we didn't really see any other installments in the franchise, and I'll be a dumbass counting the mobile games because I really don't know who gives a rat's ass about them. So what is Ubisoft's new mascot? Well, if you look at the official Ubisoft store, we'll find a white guy wearing a white robe. Assassin's Creed is Ubisoft's most successful franchise with over 155 million units and 155 million unique players. Yeah, what's so special about you Assassin's Creed fans?
Mine is yellow.
This is one of the most conflicted franchises ever. Some people like it and some others really fucking don't.
Going into this game, I have no idea what to expect. I heard that more people like the older Assassin's Creed games because they don't have any RPG mechanics or any microtransactions. Which doesn't tell me f***ing anything about the quality of the game, but hey, I mean, at least the game isn't straight up unplayable.
Assassin's Creed is an action-adventure developed and published by Ubisoft in 2007 to the PS3 and Xbox 360. However, we are looking today at the Steam port of the game called Assassin's Creed The Director's Cut from 2008.
Wow, just talking about this game makes me less and less excited. There will be a lot of spoilers in this video, not that it actually matters for a game like this from 2007, but still, if you want to avoid that, just exit the video. Now, all I need to do is put this on, and we're ready.
Inspired by historical events and characters, this work of fiction was designed, developed, and produced by a multicultural team of various religious faiths and beliefs. This message appears before the title screen, saying, "This is fiction, please don't be a bitch." I guess this is here so people won't complain about historical accuracy, but I don't think there are many people that cares about, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me."
Some people are just too bored.
After that, we get to the opening cutscene. Oh my god, this world is so blue. It's so sad. It's like the developers took a picture of the real world and made it as dark as possible. We see the protagonist go through a wide crowd and stab a dude with the most in-your-face assassination. It's like he said, "No, fuck you, you're dead." Now everybody is chasing the assassin. He does some cool tricks and before anybody catches him, he gets lost in the crowd. They probably didn't care because after that we get to the title screen.
Oh no, that's the best part.
I don't know what with you guys, but I'm ready to actually play the game.
I applied my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this also was a chasing after wind. Having much wisdom is not grief. I lived in grace and knowledge, and footsteps.
Anybody ordered some drugs?
We start the game with... Okay, even I have no idea what the hell is going on here. The only thing that you can do here is run around and punch everything you see, but after some dialogue, the game decides that enough is enough and wakes you up in the real modern world. We are playing as Desmond Miles, who was captured by Abstergo Industries, who wants to find his ancestors' memory, which should lead to world's peace. For that, they use a device called the Animus, which can see all of your and your ancestors' memory. Doc and Lucy tell Desmond that he's an assassin and that if he regrets using the NMS, Doc will just kill him. However, when they finish their mission, Doc is going to kill Desmond anyway, so it's either he die or he just dies.
Wow, so many options!
So once Desmond uses the Animus, we get to the tutorial. Remember in my Last of Us video how I talked about the tutorial and how it's bad to just make me hold up and do nothing else?
Well, I'm sure I don't remember.
Well, the tutorial in this game is like 10 times worse. The game explains its mechanics so poorly. There is barely any information in the tutorial and yet I still don't understand the game's core mechanics. You have this white void with nothing to do in it except for what the game wants you to, and why is there so much bland and generic dialogue? This is literally the worst type of tutorial. It's bland, boring, slow, and worst of all, it barely teaches its mechanics.
Alright, that's enough bitching about the goddamn tutorial.
So in the past we are playing as Altair, who is here in the temple to find the treasure. Him and the other two assassins encounter their biggest enemy, Robert Disablo, and when they try to kill him, Robert holds them off and kills the other two assassins. Altair returns to his master and brings all of the bad news. It turns out that only one of the two assassins died and the other one was badly damaged. From what the surviving assassin said, the reason that the group was held off by Robert is that Altair was breaking the rules of the Brotherhood. While entering the temple, he took the life of an innocent and exposed himself to the enemy. Now the village is under attack and after holding off the invaders, the master decides to kill Altair because he disregarded all three of the Brotherhood's tenets, except that he didn't kill him because he saw what the master wanted him to see. What the fuck is wrong with this thing?
My brain also didn't want me to play this game.
So now to gain back his respect, Altair must assassinate all of the 8 people that supported Robert before finally killing him. That's right, 80% of the game is just finding all of the people that helped Robert. Sounds repetitive?
Or you don't even know.
Back to the present, our fellow assassins try to free us from the facility but brutally fail.
I don't get it, why would you want to free me? It'll just make me play this game even more.
After Altair kills Robert, he returns to his master, but when he comes to Messiah, he sees that all of the people were hypnotized, meaning that the master betrayed you and he just wanted to control the whole land.
Well, cool.
The master uses the apple of Aiden, which gives him magic power. Bullshit, you know how it works. After defeating him, we come back to the present. All along, the doctor also wanted the power of the apple of Aiden, but before killing Desmond, we take control of him one more time when we found out that the doctor was keeping someone else other than us. After that, Desmond gets into his room and...
Oh my god. It looks like... Is that blood? The hell were they keeping here before me? And what happened to him? What does it mean, I wonder?
What the f was that?
I'll admit, the story of Assassin's Creed isn't the worst thing ever, but it's also not really good at either. The whole idea of going back in time and being a skilled assassin sounds awesome, and it's not like they ruined everything, but they also didn't use the idea's full potential. Don't get me wrong, the plot is fine and I even liked some of the dialogue, but never in my life did I think that the game would end like this. You'd expect to see another cutscene or something related, but no, the game just ends. It's like the writer that was supposed to write the ending didn't show up to work. But even this isn't my biggest problem with the story. Then what is it, you ask?
Hello everyone. I am a robot from the game Assassin's Creed. I am here to annoy the shit out of you with my stupid ass voice.
The voice acting in this game fucking sucks. The characters can be compared to fucking robot. It's like the game is desperately trying to sound outdated. It sucks because the voice actor of Desmond Miles is the same voice actor of Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series, and while he does deliver the best lines in the game, it can't really save the fact that in almost every cutscene I was playing Smash Bros on my Switch, because for some reason you can't skip the cutscenes in this game.
Oh wow, well I guess they really do want to waste your time.
Alright, so the story isn't the best thing on the planet, but what about the gameplay?
What's that? Didn't listen.
Assassin's Creed is broken down by 7 memory blocks. In almost all of them, you will need to assassinate 1 to 3 targets. The graphics looks fine, nothing groundbreaking, and there were definitely better looking games from that time. Let's talk about the world, because it's definitely an aspect that this game tries to innovate. For its time, this was a big world and also one that was packed with a lot of content. There are a lot of NPCs, missions and collectibles, but you can clearly see that most of the content is copy and pasted. Yeah, I don't know what with you, but I just don't think that collecting all 420 flags is something that is worth my time. And don't even get me started on the NPCs. They are one of the worst AIs I've ever seen in a video game. Every time that you climb or run or bump into something, the NPCs always have something to comment on, and it's the same damn line for everybody.
Glorious and exalted is he. Find favor with us, that he may grant us victory.
Please, sir, have any money?
Would you shut the fuck up?
And those poor women can go to hell. There are so many of them and they won't shut their stupid fucking mouth. And how could you forget about the drunk people that punches you around for no reason? No, because that's fun.
Just like dog
And it's a whole other story when you actually encounter them. Some people literally aren't afraid of anything. Like even when you attack someone, you'll see some people running off and some other that aren't willing to give a shit. And when you get to a fist fight with one of them, you can do this. This is not what it looks like.
Yeah, it's very serious.
It's time to talk about the controls.
Best part of my hands if you ask me.
The controls in this game are really weird. They play this game with the keyboard and mouse because for some reason there isn't any controller support.
Oh man, I don't get to play this game with the Z button.
You have 2 control modes, low profile and high profile. Really self-explanatory, low profile is slow but lets you blend in places which makes you invisible, while high profile is way faster but you can be spotted way more frequently. As a guy who likes going fast, I almost always use the high profile mode, but even this was really slow. I only used the low profile mode when the game forced me to. Another emphasis in this game is climbing, and god damn is it bad. Why is the climbing so damn slow? Half of the reason I even try to perform it is to look and feel good. But here, every time that I tried to climb, it felt like my character just said,
Alright, lay back, get comfortable because we're gonna be here for a while.
Not to mention that climbing just doesn't work sometimes. I had so many moments when I tried to climb a wall, but for some reason, Altair really wanted to fucking kill himself.
Even he doesn't want to be in this game.
And since you perform running and climbing on the same button, sometimes he will just start climbing things when I don't want him to, or he won't climb anything when I actually do want him to. The climbing isn't fun. It's slow, it's broken, and it makes me and Altair want to die. Now, outside of the climbing, we also have the combat system. It's one of those things that gets better as the game progresses. It starts off really bad, but as you get more abilities, it becomes way easier to use. At the start, the only thing you have is a light and strong attack, a grab, and a guard. I found the combat in the early stages to be the most frustrating, especially when you fight multiple enemies at once. Since the attack animation is so long, when you try to hit somebody, they will block your attack and somebody else will have an opportunity to hit you when you don't have any way to defend yourself. This is when the grab comes into play. See, in this world, everybody is a fucking dumbass. When you use the grab almost every time, nobody is going to even try to attack you. The enemies fear it so much it's like their biggest enemy.
You can probably shoot me right now, but you can't do anything if I grab your shirt.
Every time you assassinate one of your targets, you get a new ability. What the hell is it doing right there? These abilities range from the secret blade and the parry to who gives a shit. The most important ability is definitely the parry, which lets you go from a little bitch with a sword to a one-man army who fucking annihilates everything he sees. Jokes aside now, the early stages of the game were probably the hardest for me. Maybe I didn't get the whole combat mechanic, but I barely died in the late game, which is weird because in that time you're supposed to fight dozens of the hardest enemies in the game. Before you go and assassinate your targets in every block, you need to go around the world and do the investigation missions. To find them, you have to climb the many viewpoint towers. Like in every open world game these days, towers are used to reveal parts of the map, and in Assassin's Creed case to find all of the investigation missions. Climbing the towers can be really frustrating, especially if the one tower you went to wasn't the one that revealed the investigation missions. Some of the towers aren't that high up, but those that are can be a real pain in the ass. And even the investigation missions themselves can go to hell. Go do this and kill a bunch of people or the only thing you're actually gonna do here. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. There is also the listen to random people mission. Oh, how could I forget?
Yeah, it's very important.
And these missions are so repetitive. There is nothing exciting, interesting, or fun here. Does this game even know what fun is? Because I don't really think so. It's something to have one repetitive section, but what if I tell you that 70% of the game is doing the investigation mission? That's right, 70% of this game is doing those stupid fucking investigation missions. And it's not like the assassination missions are any better. Most of the time what you're gonna do is hear a way too long dialogue and kill your target, followed by his hundreds of guards that won't stop tickling your ass.
It makes sense that these are robots. I mean, they probably couldn't afford torturing real people.
Then you have those weird ass cutscenes when you hold your targets before you kill them. This doesn't just look stupid, but also sound dumb.
Your work here is finished.
No, no! It had only just begun!
The final thing that I want to talk about is the glitches. For starters, check what happened when I killed this guy. Ever tried to leap of faith but this happened? And check this out. Okay, let's keep going. This game stutters a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean every 30 seconds to 5 minutes a lot. When it happens in cutscenes, characters will start talking, but you can't hear what they say. Though glitches are annoying for sure, but they were also most of my fun in this game, especially the leap of faith one. You cannot tell me that this isn't funny. Assassin's Creed gets a 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, I didn't really like this game that much. It's glitchy, not interesting, repetitive, all that good stuff. I don't think there is no fun to be had here, but I do think that this is a 15 hours game with only 2 hours worth of content instead of a straight up 4-hour good game.
Hello again, this is the robot that annoyed the shit out of you. I'm going to step out of the frame so my real self would wake up. Thank you very much, the robot that annoyed the shit out of you. Sorry guys, I've been playing too much Assassin's Creed lately. Yesterday I went to the beach and I didn't think about the consequences.